Miss when everything took forever to get here, and I, I miss that. I miss it when I was older, 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 older. So that would have been. Sorry. That's fine. You on YouTube. Sorry. That's fine. You on YouTube. Done. You're done. Share the stream link. I hate that. I think we're good. I think we got everything set up properly now. No. The moment when you have all your windows set up perfectly and then you fucking hit the close button by accident. Where to go? All right. It's just gonna be it can't be a long stream tonight. I can't be on too late. So jump into Heart's Iron and do some theory crafting. We've been playing the democratic non-aligned way the whole time. And I think it's prudent to have a little fun with it, right? So let's play in a way that we won't get wiped out right away. So at some point we can finally get everything together. Do we have a 1940? Yeah, that's a done save as well. Pretty sure there's a 1940 save here for. Oh, I know you guys can't see it, but a lot of people use um, desktop for their capture mode. I'm not sure why they do that. I think it's because they're so lazy. They don't want to change their source. They don't want to click on game and then click on the executable name. It's mind-boggling, mind-bogglingly lazy. Hottest button to button. Pretty sure this is done. Pretty sure that's baked. Should we go 3? I don't know if we have. Do we have time to go 3? I think we just go 2. I kind of felt bad about not having more last time because I felt like if I would have had more, I could have traded. We definitely want lots of anti-air. Definitely want some towed artillery though too. Definitely want support equipment. That all looks really, really good. Close air support frame. I don't think so. I think getting that let's go convoys, yeah. Let's build 58 more. Come on, man. Get them together. Anything to increase anything to increase my ooh, I like that general max army size. Anything to increase my God, he's got some good stuff. This is the guy. Godfrey van Vorst. What was I saying? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. I definitely think the way ahead. I mean, if we're gonna go, right, if we're really gonna do this, we're really serious about this shit. Oh, no, no, no. So it'd be like, oh, not a Navy thing. Or not that thing. This one. This is the soft belly of the UK. I think we're good. Speed 3. I like Speed 3. A lot of people don't like Speed 3. I like Speed 3. Stability is really good. War support needs to be boosted. Supply hub construction needs plus 300%. We need to sacrifice stability, but there's a few different areas where we're going to want more stability, so we can do some nation building in the East Indies. I think that's a wonderful idea. What do we get? Ah, fuck me. I can't remember what we fucking give for that. Damn. Well, anyways, we spent it to begin with, so we don't have to do it later so much. I feel like that hurts the fascism thing, though. I feel like that's like the antithesis of what we wanted to do. Go speed 5 here. Let it cruise along a little bit. Ow. 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 I don't like to play while TI is going on, and especially don't like to play if like TI is in the middle of it, you know? Why is it under Dota TI now? Like, where is it? Did the channels change? Or why did it close Twitch? So the opener stage was on. Oh my god. Why would they do this? Why have them on two different channels? I feel like this is such a mistake. Is it just one channel? No, there's main event, day one, game one. So it's PSG LGD against Team Secret. That's cool. Look at Puppy. He's a man. He's no longer a puppy. He needs to call himself Dog from now on. Construction speed goes up to 20%. I feel like I should replace my face with the Dota 2. So we can watch it together. Watch the Dota 2 together. There's this little 2D like water effect, ripple effect that they put over. I think it's supposed to be like this Singaporean kind of like the lines, that art, that Malay art style. I believe it's a Malay art style. It's like organic looking and it just kind of flows alongside, radiates. It's kind of like an aura. I had to turn the music off again. I got fucking tired of it. Production capacity or dispersed infantry or industry. We got to do dispersed industry because we need to be able to build more factories in states. How close are we? We're at 12 on this. 3rd October 36. That's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. It's pretty expedited, I'd say. So nation building in the East Indies gives democracy support 0.1. So we can't do that again. Certainly could put TI on. They're going with Shrek? Sand King. Who will win game one? TI without boots and the venue is so small. I don't know how people are even there. Like, you'd have to be looking through different cameras and stuff to be able to see the game. 2 building slots, 1 infrastructure, construction speed. I don't think the venue is like incredibly small. I think they've like closed it off. I think they did they make these changes because they didn't sell many tickets? It is not a lot of people there. I can't believe that they would do that. That is a really sad looking venue. It's like an elitist sort of fucking thing going on there. Fucking weird. Call all the planes back in. There's a lot of good boats here. They're all green though. I think we sail this back. I don't think we really have a choice. Change theaters, boys. Oh, girls.
Opdrachten? Bevelen? Gereed, commandant.
Spain goes to war? The Brits own these, huh? This is wild. They did this. I can't remember. It's just always been this way or not? How do I change their home port? We stepped it up about a month on 10% extra. So it was going to be due in October, and now it's in September. So we'll keep on with the milestone. Improve things substantially. Definitely don't think I need to get a new chair. They don't have the head pillows. None of them have the head pillows. He's a big boy. Puppy is super tall. He makes that chair look tiny. You can see how tall the guys are by how close their head is to the back of the chair. It's tiny. I'm excited about this. TI. Oof. That was a miss. A swing and a miss. Needed a couple pretzels. The audio is busted at TI, so I'm not missing anything by not watching it or not listening to it. Well, kind of want to hear it. No.
Enough already.
Sorry about
Why did you have to make that one?
that. Have to try to compete with Slack, you know?
Yeah.
What is it like? It's like doubled up or something like that. Modify the officer groups. It's an interesting idea. So we get the air warts. No. This is where we get him. There, get the air reformer here. We need 20 phone calls. And 100 what? 100, yeah, 100 political power points. We almost got the mouse tunnel done. Notice, nothing to say is not having a great time. 2 military slots. We're gonna do obtain the foreign colonial investments first. 2 more military slots does not help us a ton. I don't know how to increase. I don't know how to improve that. Like once they're built, good. It's a lot of railway. I remember what the idea was. The idea was that we would take um the I don't know why I'm brain farting this. The idea was that we would take the railway guns and would use those instead. That was the idea. Excuse me. So we can go to Suriname. You'd be like, yo, holler at me. I don't see Suriname have any. They not developed it or something? Mechanical computing's done. Radio's achievable. Kind of just want to go engines 2 here. Let's just grab all the aerospace stuff right up front. We can just transition right over to support weapons and get that done. We got the Chief, the Air Force, Air Reformer. That's good. Have that done. I don't think they can go any further. Rather than waste equipment, we'll just let them sit tight.
Bevelen.
Well,
Gereed, commandant.
this temple's been decommissioned. They can't switch. I wonder if he gets the manpower back if I just don't trust the game to like give him back his manpower if I do that. We're 12 of 15 here. 37, March 37. That's pretty fucking quick, man. Oh, they want that gank. She has some attack range. Holy shit. I'm good on the stream chat. Just form that new government. 37. January 37. We're going to get the government underway. I'm happy to announce we've got a race coming up. October 28th. We're going to do a race together. It's going to be awesome. Chappelle and I make a little livery called, car is called 10 Cloverfield Lane. So it'll be in the rain. It'll be at Spa. And it'll be a really fun time. Really, really fun time. Tempted to get that photo reconnaissance, actually. But then, as a country that doesn't have a lot of manpower, especially, we have trouble putting enough mans in boats. That looks good enough to me. These guys can stop as well. Now kiss. Now kiss again. Yeah, I want you to merge. Thank you. You guys are good, man. You guys look really, really good. Really happy. Coastal defense ships. Yeah. Have we built our Alright, where's Suriname in here? Our Suriname shit, like, we can't trade with them, so they must, their shit just must be our shit. Because where they're at. And then the West Antilles is like in here. Yeah, Curacao right here. That's our shit too. I can't. Yeah, I can't trade. That's like proper Dutch territory. Okay. But the Dutch East Indies we can trade with because they're not technically, they're like a. Oh man, that's so rough. Just screws their stuff up so bad. Trade with the Germans. Just get one. Get that production up to snuff. Definitely gonna need a penetration line. I think that's gonna be super attack, heart attack, and a penetration line. How are we gonna achieve that? Is the Dutch artillery? Not as effective as you'd think, as you'd hope. Wow. Wow. The play that just happened in TI, man. Is LGE throwing this? This is bizarre. Are they raging at each other? No. Everybody's pretty chill. Supposed to having said good game, yeah. Secret's up 12-2. Ninth April 1937 now. Those two flavors go together really well. 3 stacks in that. 2 stacks in that. Let's get these trucks done. We got to be avoiding it. I think we could even have done some industrial stuff, but we'll let it slide a little bit. Yeah, let's do it. Construction speed plus 15%. Summer goods minus 5%. That's awesome. That's awesome stuff. I don't think we're quite ready. I think we got one other thing to research, right? No, we are. We are ready. We've got 30 air experience points. This is perfect. Right, this is fucking ideal. Basic small airframe. So we go, wait. Yeah, basic small airframe. This one. We go into this one. We say fighter weapons. We go 4x on the light machine guns, right? We don't put anything there. Not bomb sights. We put armor plates on there. A 1x engine 2. Air defense 6. Rage is not an issue, right? Self-sealing gas tanks is better. Form new government's done. Gateway to Europe. Go ahead and get that done. Did we get that done? Thought we did that. Thought we were done with that. No, we said we'd skip that, right? Said we go down here. Let's get armor plates. And let's get self-sealing fuel tanks. That's pretty good, but I think we could do better. I think that looks good. The Fokker D-21. Anarchist uprising inside of the Civil War. Oh my god, sounds horrible. We need a good 10,000, probably, fighter planes. But we do need more anti-air, and we do need more artillery as well. More support. We're almost done with this civilian factory. And we probably need to back off on... We need tungsten for the better artillery. We have 22 convoys left to make. We're using a ton of convoys right now, so we can probably pump another 30 or 40 convoys in. Pump another 30 convoys out. Chrysalis. No way. Are you serious? This is crazy. This colonial investments thing is huge. We have to keep doubling down on that. We need more military power. Engineering company would be kind of good. Tank would be kind of good. Anti-tank would be good. And man, it's so much stuff, right? Let's raise the cap. We're pumping out a damn good plane to begin with. So I really believe in the Fokker D-21. Victory to secret. Thank God. See what they had to say about this game.
Technically, you're right. Actually,
yeah, it is important to be technically correct, as we both know.
That is correct. But I mean, going into game 2, what do you think? What does LGD need to do? Was this a draft thing? Was this a laning stage thing?
I think part of it was definitely the draft. I think they had some problems with how the lanes went, so I think that's where you want to start, and then go from there. Build yourself a game so that you can be competitive in the mid game.
All right, well, with that, let's see what the panel has to say, and we'll see if Jenkins has gotten a haircut in the last 10 minutes.
He did not get a haircut in the last 10 minutes. And to be honest, didn't have time for it. We were watching Dota. Come on, we want to listen to your beautiful voices the whole time, not miss a single second. And that was tough to do because blink and you miss it. This game was very fast here, joined by Effie Lacoste and, of course, Jenkins, indeed, still with his long hair. Jenkins, breaking this game down, it went a little bit different than what you were expecting.
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
I will say I'm very surprised that Suns fan was the one casting that. He didn't say what level of shellacking that was, because that was a very high tier shellacking. Obviously, with him being the leader of the council, I can't say it was definitely Gaben level shellacking. And LGD, nonetheless, like that's insane. Nobody expected this. Nobody. Not a game that is that decisive.
I'm still kind of shocked. That went completely the opposite of what I thought would happen. We were completely wrong. The Lone Druid looked like it did nothing. The Silencer actually had a great time. The Dazzle felt countered also by the Silencer, not just the Enigma. And Enigma never really found his entry point into the game. I just want to kind of take it back to that Nisha mid lane dominance, though. He completely bullied out Nothing to Say as Pangolier and made it so that the access into the game through the tempo of the Pango could never actually happen because there was just so much pressure coming out of the Flush Rock. And of course, the early Dawnbreaker rotations by Crystalist, he was getting so many kills. The first Tusk rotation mid, against Flash went completely bad because Dawn was already level 6, and they just, it felt like Secret had their number every step of that game.
I know it's a meme, this Nisha is such a consistent player thing, but I do feel like he's 7-0-6. He's just, it's like he's consistent, but he's consistently diving towers and consistently getting away at 10% HP. The guy's a monster.
He knows that he has the back of his team with either like Crystallis backing him up, the Global Silence, Nyx Assassin with the Carapace. I mean, we thought this game's gonna go in a different way, but yeah, they completely shut down Enigma. One of the few times where you see like Fate Beyond being
Speaking of
completely
fascist guy.
mitigated. Like he couldn't do anything. I don't think we've seen a single black hole. Sometimes
War
we'll see a black
Industrialist.
hole where there's like the threat of the black hole is stronger than he.
15th of July, 37.
Yeah, but this
They're
time
going
around,
pretty
playing
quick.
against the Silencer as well. Very difficult game. Like nothing to say. I feel like he needed to be that guy that is gonna step up for his team in this one because like. Sure, Dazzle is a position 5, doesn't move around the map that easily, but as you said,
We have
James,
plenty of
he got
dilemma. We don't need
completely
more.
dominated by Nisha.
No, I keep looking at it.
Based on that performance, I don't think LGD can go for these Pangos versus Leshrocks, right? They have to go for some hero that can self-sustain and just not get kicked out of a lane if they're going to win the game. At least if they're going to play something like a Lone Druid from the safe lane. So there's going to be a lot of revision, but I still have faith that we're going to have a good series here today, and it's not going to be a 2-0.
Well, it's going to be a very important mid-series moment for them to get the speech that they need to force out that third game. And while we are taking that moment, we're also going to have a moment with Slacks and Casey.
Back to you.
And while we are taking that moment, we're also going to have a moment with Slacks and Casey.
Hello, thank you so much, Shevers. Casey, one of the greatest things about Dota, about the International, is one of my favorite things in general. It is content, and it is the short film contest. We have a very special opportunity here to show you some of the finalists. Now, you watch these, right, Casey? You enjoy all the different short films out there, all the different Dota content, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have 3 of the best ones coming up here. We have one that was hand-drawn in anime style.
I feel like
we
you should
have
show
a
you this.
live-action one,
I feel like
and
you
we
guys
have
need to see
one made
this.
with some source filmmaker and other stuff. So the Dota community gets so creative with these things. I'm sorry I'm monologuing, but we got a chance. So go ahead, Casey, if you can, please take a break from that LGD game, wash your face a little bit, take a breather, and get ready to watch some short films. Let's take a look.
Alright, I gotta show these. You guys gotta see these. These are good. I feel a little bit bad restreaming somebody else's content always, but it's not like I'm blasting out there to the universe. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. I thought there was a way to like. Amelia Earhart died. The Hindenburg didn't blow up though. It's like a fucking test to see how often I can remember or forget one of the two. To go back there and check that. Look at the Germans. I think we need to, however much I want to continue down this line, I think we need to, Japan declares war on China. Where'd I go with this? Overturn the military budget cuts. 13 days left? Okay. That's pretty cool.
I think he's gone.
Of course. It was pretty dope. That was pretty cool.
That was insane. That was insane.
That's mad. I mean, you said how everybody's so talented. We saw the first one. This one's gonna win. We saw the second one. Oh, wait a second.
Wow. And the third one, we need live action Dota movie.
I didn't even know you could submit live action Dota short films. That's so cool. How much did it cost to make, do you think? That looked expensive. They're special
Those were all
effects and,
dark. I liked how dark all of those were. That was good.
Oh, that's. I mean, they were dark, but they were good. I mean, Dota is a fairly dark game.
It is.
If you think about it, so it's very fitting. Is there any that you have favorite of those three? Or?
I'm gonna go with the second.
I think number two for me. Number two was good.
For me, the third one, because I haven't seen someone submit a live action.
Are we gonna expect an Effie live action short film next year?
I don't know. I have no talent. It's okay.
How about you, Jenkins?
I'll be the one that says that's not true.
Thanks, Jenkins.
Nobody's
I appreciate you.
You guys just said nothing. I was like, oh, surely Shiva's gonna. Yeah, that's not true. Yeah, let that hang out. I got
How do I tell her that I agree?
No.
She said it.
Speaking of talent, there's a lot of it on the main stage of the playoffs here for the international team.
Anyways.
Secret. One game up against PSG LGD in this.
Just trying to
upper
cut off the
bracket
front,
match.
the top, so that that didn't show,
They
but
did it very
doesn't
fast,
matter.
very
Not that big of
convincingly.
an
We know
inconvenience.
the PSG LGD is a very veteran team. They also know how to come back from a loss. Where do you start when you have those 10 minutes between game end and game start? Where do you start by saying, okay, here's where we went wrong when a game went like that across?
I mean, PSG LGD, most of the time they're on the winning side. I mean, if you look at the score, Jinq from the previous game, 1-9-0. That's something that does not happen. But this is also a team that can shake it off, completely go with a different draft, go change the bans as well, leave the heroes
25 is
in
a target
pool.
I'm looking for.
A team that can adapt so quickly, and like they're a team that has variety of the heroes that they play. If you check like their Dota stats, whatever, it just shows like how am I playing like 10, 12, 13 different heroes, and it like you know that they can play whatever it's needed at the time.
We saw it in True Sight how they shake things off. There's a lot of Zhao 8 accepting the blame on himself, being like, hey guys, like I screwed this thing up in the draft, like we'll just go in and do this next time.
Yeah.
Also, you know, Jinq, and we saw during True Sight, he was like, I feel like I can't do anything on the IO. Like they make these calls where it's like, this was a core problem in this series, in this game. We don't know if this is a core problem with the team, but we're not ready to do it like this again. Let's change this one thing and go into the next game. I really do truly believe in their ability to reset. I think everybody does, given TrueSight, of course.
Yeah, and I really do think that that game in particular can be traced back a little bit to that mid lane matchup, but also just giving away the silencer versus the Enigma that you managed to snatch in the first phase. I also do think that the Chen and Enchantress first phase bans were a bit overkill, right? You can absolutely ban out that Chen because it is a contested hero between both of these teams, but the Chen and the Enchantress is kind of giving a little bit too much respect to a playstyle that is not overpowered right now.
That's very true. And it's probably where we're going to see something being changed up because a couple of different bans here and there will shake things up completely. Of course, also pick order will be changed slightly. So maybe, you know, the Enigma was picked up. Yes, it was not that successful. And we were expecting the silencer to be banned before that already. But perhaps this time around, we'll just not let us get through altogether. Or maybe in the hands of Team Secret, in which case I think they will want to ban out the silencer as well. I think there's a lot of people here wanting to get
That's the classic.
Game
That's
3. It's been a relatively rapid day so far on the main stage. But let's see if PSG can set themselves up for success here in Game 2 of this series.
Hey, back upstairs. Go.
LGD versus Team Secret. Game 2.
So draft is upon us, and that means we are going to talk more about the heroes that will be picked or banned in the next coming 10 minutes, because that's where a coach will go to look at, okay, if Zawade says, it's my fault, I messed up, it's because of the draft, and that's easily fixed. Although I do need to take us a little bit back to after the draft was done, where my panel, you guys thought PSG LGD won the draft.
We really did, and it went
It's about the time that I said I was
absolutely
gonna go to bed.
opposite of what we thought. But also,
I'm like-
I think it's doing a disservice to Secret to credit that win to only the draft.
I
I think they played
Kinda run
really
low
well.
on
They
stuff.
were able to back each other up.
And
I think
drinkies.
Crystal's also
I
absolutely
kind of want to
stepped
go
up
and
that
grab
game,
another
not just
drinky,
Nisha.
but
And
that is not.
It's really interesting how
not the way.
Secret can play a style where they also have the backup carry in resolution, right? The only lane that went badly for Secret last game
It's
was
so
the
dry.
silencer lane. And
It's
because
crazy.
they were able to just play as a unit of 4 post minute 8 or something like that,
Taste the green
silencer
apple.
was just sitting in that bottom lane farming away. And it's just really interesting that this team, even though they're such a new roster, are so flexible in how they can play around each other.
Yeah, being able to flex the silencer to offlane means that they can very comfortably first phase it, and
They're banning
and just
Enigma,
flex it to
who's a
other supports.
support
The supports
that-
seem to be good in the draft.
It's kind of annoying,
yeah, it's
but
it's strong.
it's funny because they took Enigma last game and he
Are
played
they
like
willing
shit.
to give away Marcy?
Meanwhile, they're
Secret.
banning Chen on the other
They
side.
did ban Chen and Enchantress. FEU said it was a bit of an overkill. I mean, also
don't
thinking
know why
about
you
it,
don't ban
why one of the
Marcy
better Enchantress
or-
players out there. So I don't think I think Marcy just could make a lot more things difficult for PSG LGD if they leave Marcy in the pool.
One thing with resolution as an offlaner is that he can be thrown into like bad lanes, and I feel like he's pretty good at identifying that all he needs to do is like not feed.
Hey, get
And then the rest of
upstairs.
Secret does well enough that he can catch up. Like Effie was saying, like after the laning stage on Silencer, he just sat in lane and like free farm, even though the lane was quite.
All right, first
difficult
pick,
for
Bat
him.
Rider and Chen.
No
Bam.
matter what hero he's thrown on, it seems like he can.
Does a
he's able
horrible
to do
ban.
that. Even when he
PSG
like, played other
LGD
roles,
is
he was
not
able to,
looking good
to
here.
recover always. He's a very stable player.
There's Marcy.
So they give away Marcy, and their second ban goes out to the Bat Rider. We've seen it pop up a couple of times, but first phase ban is not that usual. What could that say about the rest of the draft?
It doesn't even have a good win rate. The last time I checked, it was
That's
near
17% last time
Yeah.
I checked.
It is not the best of heroes right now, so I honestly don't know where they're going with
The
this.
Bat
We'll have to
Rider
wait and see.
ban was
LGD
fucking
do
bizarre,
try to
dude.
be a little bit more experimental with their drafts when they can, but I don't think Game 2 of the upper bracket series is when you want to do this.
Lich versus
We
Marcy.
see these the Frosty Heroes get more and more priority. The Lich first pick for PSG LGD. They paired up with the Tiny.
Now I can kind of understand the bat ban to a large degree, just because, like, obviously, like, Nisha does play it. He has been playing it. But against the Frost Shield, Batrider just doesn't care. Lich does nothing to Bat. And Bat has one of the highest win rates in the game versus Tiny. I think he's like the second highest win rate next to TB, because you do overwhelming magical damage. Tiny gets a BKB, sure, but you play long fights with Batrider.
And someone asked on the panel, did these teams watch the previous game, looking how this draft panned out? I would say yes.
Yeah.
So it also makes it so that this Tiny can be played mid comfortably without a Batrider to like thwart him on lane and later on. But also by having this Tiny in the game, you're not that scared of the SF plus Marcy matchup. We saw how Thunder Awaken were able to play these two heroes to success, right? They used Dark Magus Tiny to constantly toss back the Shadow Fiend, and it made his game really difficult. While they also had the Frost Armor from Lich to negate any of the damage coming out of Marcy. I like the pivot that Secret does here and just takes the Leshrac back again instead of going for the SF that LGD left in the pool, because Lesh does not care about Frost Armor and also lanes quite well versus Tiny, so why change it if it's not broken? Also still flexible to the offlane like we talked about last game.
Yeah, keeping their options open and also having another potentially ranged against melee matchup on the mid lane, which you know that Nisha is going to win.
Anytime I see a Marcy though in an Leshrac, it's like it feels so good to lane those two heroes together. It is so strong. But the same thing can also be said with the Marcy rotation, because not only is she arguably the strongest laning support in the game, she's also the strongest rotating support in the game. So she can also go mid. But if they do want to throw this in a side lane for Secret, there's very little that's going to be able to beat a Marcy plus Leshrac.
This Leshrac just makes LGD a little bit uncomfortable, because based on how Nisha played last game, it made it so that they really didn't have any proper moves, and Leshrac is a hero that can lane well versus this mid Tiny, so they are considering the ability of LGD to flex it to just support and pick something like Alina, which Secret have already preemptively found out, right? I just think that it's incredibly important for Nothing to Say to have some kind of entry point into this early mid game, because if they're going to play that similar style that they did in last game and go for some active carry like a Bloodseeker or a Dawn, it's going to look really close to what we saw already.
Look at how they approach this Leshrac. Banning out Lina means that most likely this Lesh is going to be on the mid lane. If you're looking for something that can outrange as well, Sniper is the other hero I'm looking at. But then again, there is Marcy. Marcy, one of the heroes that can ruin Sniper easily with just getting on top of him, tossing him back. So it could be a bit difficult, but maybe also an Invoker works as well to have something that, because Leshrac does a lot of poke damage with his Lightning Storm. You can dodge the ganks. One good Tornado can stop the ganks, set things up for your Tiny to come in. So could work out.
Is it strong enough to be banned here for Team Secret? We're gonna get a Ursa.
PSGG, LGG,
coming through.
Ursa banned, Beastmaster banned, instant Zeus pick.
Yeah.
Why? How did
Thunder Awaken played it this way.
They won.
Is this a rerun?
100% win rate on the main stage.
So actually, Zeus is a really good hero, in my opinion, from the mid lane to play versus Leshrac if they do decide to put it mid, and to also kind of avoid these Marcy ganks early on, just because he has the ability to disengage with Heavenly Jump, right? So just having a hero that can not get crushed on lane the way that we saw first game gives them so much already, but also just having the Thunder God's Wrath from Zeus with a Tiny on your team who's going to go Blink Dagger, it gives you the ability to scout enemies and just start the fight for yourself. So while LGD's draft has a lot of synergy together, it does look a little bit like Thunder Awakens, so I think that's why we're like, interesting. They probably did watch the series to the end, but I think it works.
It's a lot of magical burst coming out from this PSG LGD's lineup, and I'm a little worried for Team Secret, like how they're gonna soak up all this magical damage.
Well, at this point,
core Marcy.
It looks like a core Marcy. So who is it that plays it on the side of Team Secret? Is it Rezo? Because I think I've seen Rezo play Marcy.
Yes, Rezo plays core Marcy.
The thing is, I was looking at Secret, and I was hoping that they would go for some hero that can be the early pipe in this game. The same way we saw EG pick that Tidehunter into Thunder Awaken Zeus, and by that pipe, you kind of need something like that if you're going to play against a draft like this. But you can also just have a hero that buys BKB early and goes on the Zeus, right? So Marcy can also do that for your team.
Very true. So we got the Monkey King picked up by PSGLGD. which also denies it. I'm assuming that for Team Secret, we are looking for a hero for Crystallis, and Monkey King is his most played hero ever, and most successful one with that as well. What heroes are still left in the pool for him? Bloodseeker and Razor obviously come to mind.
Morphling is too, but Morphling against Zeus means you can never morph low. He can just Thunder God's Wrath you. He did play Slardar.
He did.
In one game.
Okay, so I think that LGD have only played Monkey King once. Am I wrong? Do you have the stats? But when they did play it, it was their carry pick.
Yeah,
So,
I think they played it
yeah.
a couple times on Ame.
So it seems like they just secured their carry pick now before they go for some gotcha
Local
or
police
it gets
force, yeah.
banned out. But
It was only once.
Oh,
you
we
remember.
gotta
yeah.
swap this.
So also they just have the vision game secure with this Monkey King, right? It's a hero that can play the tree lines. You also have the Thunder God's Wrath from Zeus, and you have the Initiator in Tiny. So while the draft is synergetic together, I am a little bit concerned that Monkey King can die early on, especially if he's playing versus a Leshrac from the mid lane who's just going to rotate on him. But hopefully the Lich will be enough to secure this Monkey King's early game.
Yeah, late game, I think that matchup tends to go the other way, where, like, if Lesh wants to play into a Monkey ult, Monkey just shreds Lesh through Bloodstone, everything.
Yeah.
But early game, yeah, it's like, armor for what, right? You know, Leshrac does pure damage, magic damage.
Pretty much, but once you get that BKB or Diffuse of Later Echo Saver, whatever it is that you want to do, you can fight into
fully
this
drain him,
Leshrac.
yeah.
You can also just eat this Disruptor, it's food, once you get a BKB as Monkey King, and then you can ignore the Nyx for the duration of it.
I think PSG LGD lacks a little bit of tower damage because like Zeus, Lich, Tiny 4, they don't deal as much. So, and they also need to pick it blindly. So something that Fate Beyond does love to play, especially when paired up with this position for Tiny, is Death Prophet, where you know it
no
deals
refits
damage,
available.
picking it blindly, it's still a strong lane, and yeah. Look at the bans, Bloodseeker, Razor. These are Crystallis' most played heroes, and they're going to get rid of that.
I really like the idea of Death Prophet because I feel like Death Prophet heals through the Disruptor harass in lane. It's a hero that really likes heroes that play into you. Lesh likes to run into you. Marcy jumps on you, and you can just siphon these heroes, and they die to the ghosts. That'd be a really solid pick. I can't believe Brood's made it through this far.
Yeah. First phase ban, both games in the previous series.
Yeah. So this is very likely Crystallis' hero, which a lot of his heroes are banned out right now.
So what is still in? You mentioned the Slardar earlier.
Lifestealer, which is not
Banned.
so great. Oh, it's banned?
Banned
Okay.
as well.
There's still Shadow.
Viper?
Morphling as well, potentially.
Yeah. Well, there's quite a few options left into the pool then.
Morph feels rough against Tiny Burst and Zeus, who can ult you when you're low HP. I mean, it actually would be a good Viper game, but last time
Pudge
they
would be
picked
a
the
good
Viper, it
this
was, it was when they had, I think it was like Sniper Mid or something like that. So it's more of a, I guess
Pudge
Lesh
should be really
does
good this game
can
against
carry
Tiny
the
and
game, to a large
Lich.
degree, so maybe you can still go for it. They go for the Dons.
The Dawn.
It's a repeat of game one.
It's pretty aggressive
so
though.
This Dawnbreaker, while it doesn't necessarily have the best core-to-core matchup,
Also,
versus
that
the
hook
Monkey
could
King,
give you
it
vision
can
into the
just
trees
give
with
them
Monkey.
That, like, lane security, right? It's a
I
strong
don't
laner.
know.
It can also help the Leshrac early on, like we saw last game versus rotations, and it's a stable pick. It's also one of Crystallis' comfort heroes.
Zeus
so
gets
maybe
vision
they
against the
didn't want
Pudge
to stray
though.
too far.
Pudge is
Because he had a really good
only would
game
be really
where
good
he
in the early game, I
died
think.
single
So.
time on this Dawnbreaker, and
Yeah, why
again,
not?
combination with the Nyx Assassin to be able to follow it up, scout things out. Pretty much all of these heroes died. If you find them with the Nyx Assassin, they're very low HP heroes like Zeus, Monkey, Lich. Tiny not as much, but still, you do have enough stun, you do have enough burst damage to bring them down.
Yeah, but especially the Zeus, right? You can set up for these kills now on the Zeus with like a Carapace into one of his
Operational
farming, and then
integrity.
you just have this Dawnbreaker follow-up stun. I do think the stuns exactly overlap each other, so there shouldn't be
DP, there's a
excuses to get away
DP
from
pick.
ganks like
I
that
guessed
early
it.
Yeah, the Death Prophet
And
as
about
called
10
comes
other
out
things.
here for Faith Beyond.
Yeah, I mean, they needed some kind of tower
We
damage
knew
to
it'd be
able
one
to
of
put
10
the
things.
pressure on the map, even if you have kills, sometimes it's very difficult to close out the game. Like, if they didn't have tower damage from the off lane, they would really struggle killing tier 2 towers because it just gets very difficult. I think PSG, LGD, they made the adjustments.
It's 12:30. It's past the time that I said I was going to stream till, so at least I made that one. 24th of December, 1937. I'm excited for December. I had a package, a very expensive package that was misdelivered to the wrong location. And talked to the company and like,
I really would like them to.
I was like, I just want you to go and do this and like look at FedEx and look at this. Like, they were immediately launching this fucking investigation into whether or not I was. They had me go outside and take a picture of my front steps.
But if the Zeus
like,
can have a good game,
I was like, yeah, but I mean, if you just go to FedEx and you just type in my address, you'll find you can't pull it up because it's not there.
She's not really the type